My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down full UFC fight cards every single week, giving you our picks, predictions, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And if you want 50 free dollars, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 different betting partners who all offer their own promotions, their own matches, and their own giveaways. And then on top of that, after you sign up and after you make a deposit, we send you $50 however you want it. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, wewantpicks.com/bets. Next up at UFC 275, we have Sang Woo Choi taking on Josh Culibao. Sang Woo Choi is 10-4 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, and he's coming off that loss to Alex Caceres. Josh Culibao is 9-1 overall, 3-1-1 in his last 5, and he's coming back after a year away from the cage. Sang Woo Choi is a very good, clean striker. He fights tall and he throws solid with power. He does a really good job utilizing leg kicks, and at times he uses them almost like a jab. He's a technical striker who sets up his takedowns well and uses them to clinch rounds, to seal up rounds. And he'll take a close round, work in a takedown, and that's no longer a close round for him. Josh Culibao is a solid striker who is aggressive and pretty tough for the most part. He throws heat, and he's always live for a knockout. He's also willing to fight dirty, and I don't mean like cheating dirty. I mean he'll fight a dirty fight inside the pocket and make it ugly. He has no problem making it ugly, and you can see that with his negative striking differential. He will get hit as many times as he needs to come in and try to hit you. He's not much of a grappler, though, and while he has a solid takedown defense at 86%, he is 0 for 4 in the UFC for offensive takedown attempts. I think I like Choi in this fight. This is another fight with a very live underdog here, but I think I like Choi in this fight. I think he can keep it technical, avoid that phone booth brawl, and cruise to a solid striking win. Josh's power will have people nervous. I expect Choi to be able to avoid the big strikes, avoid the brawl, keep it technical, work in a taker down or two to solidify a decision. But Josh is more live than these odds will tell you. These are definitely wide odds. What do you think?
I think these odds are crazy. I actually think that this is probably the hardest fight on the card to pick. I still, like going into this, I think I sent you a text earlier today that I still was kind of undecided on this fight because Culibao is one of those guys that his UFC debut was short notice, up in weight for some very long Jalen Turner. Okay, he gets knocked out. I think you mentioned he broke his ankle in that fight.
He rolled his ankle. Yeah, something to that effect.
It was something like that. Hurt. Yeah, and then he fights Charles Jourdain, who I think he stole the fight like late in the fight, which is what Charles Jourdain does. He gets beat up, and then he beats people up in the 3rd round. And then you saw his last fight. He looks fantastic. He seems like a guy that's starting to figure out the UFC. He's starting to trend up in his own right. And to me, when I watch this guy, he looks very Jeff Molina-like. We saw Jeff Molina in his last fight, a guy that will just kind of take his time in there, will not throw heavy shots, will just kind of, if somebody is trying to grapple him, he takes his time at the exchanges. Actually, Jeff Molina almost lost that fight. He almost lost that fight. Some people think he actually did lose that fight because he was taking his time a little bit too much in the grappling exchanges. Not that Choi is going to grapple this guy, but the way he's so patient and so calm and knows when to throw power and when not to throw power. I just love his demeanor inside the cage. He's always smiling. He's having a good time in there. And I could see this as just a drag him out, back and forth fight, a split decision type fight. And it's such a tough fight to pick. I'm going to play the underdog side and Culibao because I think he's trending up. There's nothing against Choi. He lost his last fight, but he dropped Caceres in that fight. His striking is very, very precise. He's a long guy, and he catches people at the end of his punches, right? He's very good at using that length, very good at being in and out. Caceres basically just spider monkeyed onto his back and choked him out in that situation, but he was going to win that fight, or he was winning the striking in that fight at least. If Choi is able to find that power, maybe he can finish Culibao, but Culibao's tough. He knows what he's doing. The bet I played in this, I didn't take the money line in Culibao because Choi is a very good fighter. I played the +3.5. It's -105. I think it's a back and forth striking battle, and Culibao can easily steal at least one round. Could even win a decision in striking. Could win 2, but he only needs to win 1. I got -105 odds, so not the best odds, but it's pretty much even odds. I put just a unit on that. but I think he can win a round. I think he wins the fight. He's going to be my pick. This should be a back and forth striking fight. It could end up being the fight of the night. I know there's a lot of good fights. This could end up being the fight of the night. It's a tough fight to pick. Be careful if you want to play the Choi side. If you're picking the underdog, I get it why. I get it why. I get why.
I get it why. I mean, it's definitely a really close fight. And Ted just sent us a $10 donation. He clicked the buy us a beer link. So thank you, Ted, for that $10. I will be drinking beer this Saturday.
Is that Ted Bundy, you think?
It might be. I don't care.
Money's money.
Kill me. Yeah.
That's like the golfers that are taking all that Saudi money. Hey, money's money.
And honestly, I appreciate that this pay-per-view is actually at a normal time, considering it's in Singapore.
Yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky.
They still cater to the American audience.
I think the prelims, I tweeted this too, I think the prelims start at 6:30 local time. So it might be a little bit weird for some fighters. I assume that they're all going to be adjusted, but it still could be a little bit weird.
Yeah, it might take them a little while to get going, but you're at the arena so early, no matter how tired you are when you show up, you should be able to ramp up. But yeah, it could definitely mess with some people. Listen, I like Sang Woo Choi to win, not for $9,100. That's a lot of money, and that's why we talk about DraftKings in this card. Man, he could get a stoppage, obviously. He's got real power. You'd mentioned he dropped Caceres, but $9,100 is like, if I'm spending that in my DraftKings lineup, I'm almost positive you are going to win by knockout. And I'm not positive he's going to win by knockout.
Yeah, I think I do have Culibao in my lineup. I think there's a lot of striking in this. Culibao's a tough dude, and he's going to be there. I mean, he's going to be there at the end. I don't see Choi getting a finish. I think these odds are crazy. I think this is a pick 'em fight, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the odds are definitely wide. I don't think it's a pick 'em. I think Choi wins, but the odds are definitely wide. 76 strikes to 52.
That's why you're wrong.
76 strikes to 52 strikes. If you want to play the Monkey Knife Fight line, strike line, go to WeOnPicks.com/MKF. They will instantly match your deposit. All you need to do is say more or less on this strike line. And if you're right, you can triple your money. I think it's more and more. I don't necessarily think there's a stoppage. I think they just start smacking each other around. It goes a while. Culibao shows us how tough he is, because he is tough, even though he does have that stoppage loss. Sang Woo Choi shows us how tough he is, how much damage he can do with his technical striking. I think they smack each other around, and I think it's more and more.
I think this is a fight. I think this is a fight of the night. I think it's a fight of the night. I think it's a split decision, and then I think Culibao pulls it out.
No, it very well could be. So check that out.
It ain't no guess. It's what it's gonna be. You know that's
all right. Someone just finished Ozark, and if you want,
that's not 50, Ozark. What the hell?
Well, it sounded like what's her name.
Well, that's from Waterboy. Ain't no guess. It's what it's gonna be.
I don't remember. I only know.
You remember a lot of things.
Waterboy from the Big.
Remember we talked about your dementia earlier today, Angelo.
I said Joe Montana. Anyway,
Joe Montana.
You want 50 free bucks?
Kill me.
Sorry. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, and we will send you $50.
Yo, this whole thing dropped. Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yeah,
it did that during the live stream. It did that during the live stream Saturday, too. It just kicks me out, and then it comes back.
Yeah, I had to add you. Who the hell knows what happened? WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We will send you $50.